Good afternoon and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 178, part 3, using the Sefer Hachinuch, a mitzvah that keeps us on its way, the Tumah of a Zav. And here we go. The Hachinuch teaches the source for the requirement of 2 emissions. This ruling that the Zav is Tumah, impure, only if he experiences 2 emissions, emerges from that which the sages of blessed memory expounded in Megillah, Tractate Megillah. The verse in Leviticus states, any man who will have a discharge from his flesh because of his discharge, he is tummy, he is impure. It thus enumerates 2 emissions and calls one who experiences them tummy, impure. The next verse states, thus shall be his tumah when he discharges, whether his flesh runs with his discharge or it becomes stopped up because of his discharge. That is his tumah. It thus enumerates 3 emissions and calls one who experiences them tummy, impure. How is this so? If a Zav is already Tumah after 2 emissions, why must Scripture also state that he is Tumah after 3 emissions? This teaches that 2 emissions bring him to the stringent Tumah of a Zav, and 3 emissions bring him to the obligation of an offering. So they're different. That is to say that although the Zav is Tumah from just 2 emissions, he's not obligated to bring an offering as part of his purification process. See Mitzvah 179, we'll get there. Unless and until he has experienced 3 emissions. What also emerges from the sage's exposition is that a single emission would not render one tummy as a Zav at all. We'll have to see what that means though, right? He could be tummy on a different level, but just not on that level of a Zav. All right. Nevertheless, if the man experienced 1 lengthy emission of a duration equal to 3 emissions, such that the emission extends from beginning to end for the length of time equivalent to the time it takes to perform 2 immersions, and 2 towelings off, i.e., twice the amount of time it takes to immerse and towel off, the lengthy emission is thus considered as 3 separate emissions, and the Zav is required to bring an offering. Wow! All right. Let's pause here, and we'll continue with the underlying purpose of the mitzvah, God willing, tomorrow. Okay, we got a little more time on this mitzvah. Let's take it slow. Take it slow, folks. Thanks for listening to Sponsor Future Mitzvah 36, 100 for the gold. Have a great day.